our little mini block party, right?
Yeah.
We're celebrating beautiful Zillian fabric. Yay! Whoa, Zillian fabric, and Zillian is actually named after our town that we grew up in, Pennsylvania, and it's, you're supposed to say the name of our town.
Oh, Zillionople.
We're warming up here, Zillionople.
She always surprises me with these questions, and I don't know the right answer all the time.
We were practicing in the bathroom this morning. And I can't wait. You know, summer was so great in Zillionople. We just had such a wonderful time. We felt safe. We ran all over the town. We had so much fun. And my dad took home video. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hit it. Okay, so here's my brother Bruce, Judy, and who's coming along? Patty. And we're in steps. I don't know why our mother did that. Me, there I am, my short hair, and Kathy. Aren't we cute? Well, we love summer because my mom and dad always took us to the community pool. And here we are. I think that's me. You have to figure it out. That's Patty jumping off the dive. And Kathy, woo! And watch, I know that Judy's going to come along. Where's Judy? Yes, hold your nose and jump in. You know, we also played badminton. But this is so funny. Our mom made our shorts. There we are in our shorts, Patty and me. And look at Judy, because we think Mother put two backs together for Judy's pants. We always had a little bunny in our yard. My dad always bought a bunny, and that's my brother, Chase. And if he saw this, he would just die if he knew that we were showing this. We did plays. That's my boyfriend. That's Ronnie. And that's Patty holding him. She always flirts. And that's me. I was the gypsy. That's where we got our start of charging people to entertain them. And we always went to the pony farm. We always loved, we all were in love with Elton. He's actually a cousin. And if the pony wasn't around, we didn't care. We just entertained ourselves. I think that day we went there and nobody was there. Nope, there we are. That's getting on that pony. That's that Eleanor Burns. Oops, Eleanor Nagel. Leading that pony along. Red tennis shoes, of course. Judy, Kathy, that's the farmer boy we all loved.
Elton.
And Elton, yeah, and running along on our pony. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
And it was just such a wonderful time. Just we had the countryside and everything. Is that good? So we loved the way that we played together. And then now we grew up. We're no longer shy. And we can entertain thousands of people. How about that? Are you going to help me show the quilt? So today we are doing Cool Summer Porch. Cool Summer Porch. And you all have the pattern for that. And it's made out of Zillian fabric. Are you ready? Okay. So Teresa folded these all pretty. So this is your layer cake. Patty, will you step around, and then if you guys go ooh, you'll get a better show. You're all getting, Teresa, do I have my layer cake?
They all
You all got your layer cake already?
Last month.
You told us to hold it.
That's right, and I said, that's right. Oh.
Not everybody got there.
Not everybody.
But it's coming.
Just the
if
people.
it didn't get.
Just the people in the audience are special. You can come to California and sit in the audience anytime. That would be fine.
But it's coming to them.
It's coming.
Yes.
It's coming. Because Benertex ran out. Did you know that? I think they sold all the layer cakes to our competitor. That's what I heard.
At half price. on her birthday.
Anyhow, this is, isn't it
happened.
beautiful? This is what you can get out of one layer cake. Everything. So actually, there you need to start out. There's 12 layer cakes right in here, because then you cut it in half, and then it's 24 blocks, or it's 4 by 6. 4 by 6 is 24. And then out of 7 pieces, you can get these rectangles. These are side rectangles. You cut up 7 of those into 3-inch by 8-inch strips.
Oh.
And you have little corners, just need 1 for 4 corners. And around the outside edge, you can take 8 squares and cut them into binding size strips and piece them all together, and you have not one single layer cake left. Whoa! That's the best part. You don't have to find a place to store it. Isn't it beautiful? And so the beautiful background around the outside, this is like the block lattice, right? That's lattice for the blocks. And then there's also vertical lattice. And we do big, long lattice, horizontal lattice going that way.
Strips,
So there's all kinds of 1.5-inch strips for the lattice, and then the binding is 3-inch or 2 3/4. This is a 5-inch outside border. Good?
Yeah.
And what's the great thing is that you can do it pretty fast. This makes a great wedding gift because you can do it so fast. And everything is gone. Okay, and show the back. Ooh. Ah.
My gosh.
Ah, beautiful quilting. And this is it. This is our Zilly-Ann layer cake. Woo! Did you guys all, yeah, you ready for it, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so summertime. We had to have a good, bright time. This is Teresa's. Are you ready? Get your sunglasses on. You're going to need it. Whoa. So,
Definitely.
wow. Okay, hold the top straight, Patty.
Beach, yes.
Is that pretty? So you can do it with any layer cake. It's just so much fun. You can do the whole thing with any layer cake. Teresa used all the bright colors, and she chose this, is it yellow, Patty, or is it kind of yellow-green? It's yellow.
This yellow. Yeah.
It's yellow.
I would say yellow.
It is yellow. It's very yellow. And you can see the beautiful quilting. See the quilting around the outside edge? Simple. This is quilted right down through the middle of the lattice. And we have a, whoop, we don't have a label on the back. Yes, we do. Okay.
Really
This
bright.
is our special label. It's a 6.5-inch square that's folded in half, and then you just tuck the binding over the raw edges, and then you sign it. You see how this one is all signed and ready to go. Actually, it blended so much into the quilt you could hardly even see it, huh? Okay, and then this one, Patty did, and you know what? She nearly didn't get it quilted because she didn't think it was pretty. And so
Hey,
since she didn't think it was, I'm going to keep it.
Well, you can show it, but that's not the one. It's
Cut.
this one.
Yay! Okay. Then we didn't stack them right.
No, yeah, we didn't. Obviously, we didn't practice, but this one, I was thinking summertime, sunflowers, butterflies, and I added some little checkered tablecloths for a picnic.
Oh, how cute.
Isn't it sweet?
So I didn't want to get it quilted, and Eleanor said, well, why don't you just get it all over pattern?
Edge to
And
edge.
edge to edge. And Amy did it, and I love the texture in it.
That is
So,
really.
Isn't it
yeah.
cute?
Yeah, it's got those big
And so it
sunflowers.
was just a beautiful, you can do a beautiful layer cake, but this is what Patty did. She actually cut leftover pieces from the block and put it in her border rectangles.
I had a very small layer cake. There were only 24 squares.
24.
And I didn't, so these were 2-inch by 8-inch. So it's just, it works. I think it's okay.
She got from a 10-inch square, she got the block and the little border rectangle and a little corner right here. Is that cute?
See, you didn't even know I didn't follow directions. So.
She never follows directions. She makes it all up, right?
Right.
You make it all up. You make it all up.
Okay.
And look, the edge to edge on the back is just beautiful, huh? It's just beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
And here, are we going to show these two?
Nope.
I really didn't follow directions.
That's a secret.
You did, so it was just your own direction.
Oh, right. Well, I always think, what else can I do with it?
Come on.
She's ruining the
Okay.
show now.
Okay.
This isn't how I told you in the bathroom it was supposed to go. Show it.
Okay, well, I did this one first. So my problem is I can't just randomly put things together. You know, you make your blocks, and then you try to find the right placement. You have to move it around, and then you move it again and again. So I had my blocks laid out on the design wall for a couple days. I couldn't sew it, so I said, oh, I'm just going to do a different layout. So,
She is really good at anticipation, isn't she? Show us.
okay.
And now go and step around so they can see.
Oh, I like that.
So I named it Secret Garden because I felt like I was looking into a stained glass window and into a little garden. And
Beautiful.
do you like the fabrics?
Yes.
My favorite, the cave fabrics. I love the colors. They go great with the white. And oh, of course, I try to match. You noticed. Yeah, that's how.
She dresses to match her quilt.
Well,
What she didn't get
I
to
can't
say.
change my clothes for the next outfit. But for
So
the next
also, let's talk about this.
Okay.
So she did do first of all, she did the blocks, and she did little cornerstones in between in her lattice. You can see some color, and framed with the purple around the outside edge. Framed with the purple, and no border rectangles.
It didn't look right.
No border
but-
rectangles.
On the actual, if you are one of those people who follows directions, it says these are long strips for the horizontal lattice, and I decided to use little cornerstones so I could put in some little bits of color here and there, just to give it some interest.
And
So,
it is planned
oh yeah.
little quilting. Isn't that cute? Is that pretty?
That is
Very, very pretty.
very pretty.
Okay, and around the outside edge is that flange binding. And I believe I showed you the flange binding at one point, sometime. Okay, and so you got to show the last one
And
now.
just for your information, we ordered all these beautiful fabrics, and we're going to put it together into a kit. Since I love color and I can't decide what color to use, so I use all the colors. I did a whole rainbow. And you can see the yellows. You all know how the color wheel, the colors run around the circle. We've got yellow and orange and red and purple, and then into the blues and greens and back to yellow.
I just want you to know my sister just stole my show, so I'm going home.
Okay, can I show this last quilt and then
Okay, fine. Show your
you
last
can have
quilt.
your show.
This is like a comedy show, huh?
Well,
We didn't mean it to be that.
I love it.
You created a monster. You showed me how to quilt. So,
Yes,
okay,
she does that to people.
yeah.
Ooh.
That's pretty. Yes.
You wanna
So,
flip it out over there so they
yeah,
can
the
see it.
quilting was really
Ooh.
pretty.
Oh, and I know you guys all want to take photos and such. Did you know that you can go to the Quilt in a Day website, and you can go to where product is and get come up, select Cool Summer Porch Pattern, Cool Summer Porch Pattern, and just click on down past that, and you get to have photographs and yardage charts of both of Patty's new designs. Ah!
Yay.
So it's on our website. Look for it. That's
Okay.
cool, huh?
All right.
Okay, so you gonna tell about this one?
Well,
you're
on-
taking it over. Do
on-
it.
well, I feel that most of the quilts all have kind of a lattice. When I started out, I just laid out the vertical and horizontal lattice, and then the diagonal. This is where you can create different patterns and design. Is the way you turn those diagonals. And as you see, these are all going in one direction. So you do have kind of like the rainbow band of color. And this is, and the good news, you can make your quilt any size with this layout. And I actually made this one a little bit smaller. It's smaller than the others. This is 20 blocks. Okay.
You want to see the back?
Yes.
Oh, it's cute.
These ladies are laughing over here. You laughing? I'm going to take her microphone away.
Eric can shut it off with just one click.
What sisters do.
I love it.
I'm the older one, you know. So I just have to show you, you can make your quilt in any size.
yeah.
And this is the one, I honestly stripped this one right off of my bed. I have a king size bed, and it is fantastic on the king size bed. Isn't that beautiful? It is just so comfortable. So I was just thinking, if you could do a queen, did you know if you do a queen, you need to have 40 squares and cut them in half. You can do it with a queen, but you have two light ones in the in this Zillian. You'll have to maybe buy one more piece. But you could make a queen out of that. And just you need like 3 yards of background, but you can make a bigger quilt. Is that fun? Yeah, just keep on making it bigger. And what's really fun, you can make it for the seasons. And now we're going to go up. How about the fall colors? Isn't it exciting? Between the beige and then there's the softer colors for spring. And then one more for summer. But aren't they great? Those are all the lap robe size. And that's all the size that you have in your pattern. That you can just whip it up in a day. Trust me. You can. All right, so now Teresa gets to come forward. Where else goes
So
this?
this, you probably noticed the creamy colors are Eleanor's quilt, and I'm just going to kind of throw my pieces in. You realize they don't really go together, but with the, if you're following the directions, you have the vertical lattice, but the horizontal lattice are long strips. And I decided I wanted to put in some cornerstones. For me, it's easier to match up the blocks when you have a cornerstone. And the diagonals, well, let's see, I grabbed the wrong one. The diagonal ones are maybe over here.
They're all stacked up for you.
Okay. Oh, and did you notice I put in some different colors? Some of my cornerstones, I thought it would be fun to throw in some splashes of more color. And the diagonals, and I am laying out the setting for the rainbow quilt. You notice the diagonals are all going in one direction, but you can just start in the upper corner, just lay them out, and then we're going from the greens into the yellows, and you go just kind of complete the stripe, and then we're going to some orangey. Let's see, we'll go like that.
That's really orange.
Oh yeah. I love orange. Okay, oh, we have an extra one. Oh, no, we don't. Here, this goes up here. Yeah, Teresa cut me some extra pieces, so.
And
then
you need
another
more.
one here. Yeah, so you see you get that full band of color. And then, and just if you notice, there's not really a lot of room here to put your diagonal strip. So I don't lay out the diagonals. I just stack them. Oh yeah, here we go again, down here. And then, oh good, thank you.
Didn't we do good, Patty?
Love it, yeah, that's really pretty.
Okay, and you need
I
two
need
more.
one more.
Two
Okay.
more.
Oh, you're right, yeah, you see, you figured it out. Okay, great job.
Your chart will tell you how many triangles you
okay.
need.
Yeah.
Does that make it easy? Yes. We think so.
And then when you lay them out, you can put in your little cornerstones between the blocks. I'm not going to do that because I have to catch a plane. But when you have them all laid out, that's what we're going to do with this wonderful design board, which I just discovered is my new favorite product because you can stack them in order. One row at a time. We'll do vertical rows.
They couldn't see around me.
And oh yeah, and we need the next one here, but you can pretend. Pretend there's a triangle with a purple, and I would just take one on the left, the purple one on the right, and then go up the row, stacking in order. And then I would place my stack of lattice in the middle.
The block lattice,
The block lattice, yeah.
which is 11 and a half inches.
Yeah, these are longer. And I usually just keep the long ones in my sewing machine. Whoa.
Woo.
Okay. Okay, there we go. So once you're ready, just sew one on each side and you keep them in order. Sewing and pressing, clip them apart after they're pressed, and then return them to the layout. And then then you sew the vertical rows, and then, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's not hard.
It looks very visual, huh?
Okay. Okay.
Fly safely.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Okay, Teresa is going to cut 1.5 inch strips for your lattice, and that's on page 5. The first thing that she's going to do is just lay out a piece of fabric that is salvage to salvage, and she's got it folded, so she's got 4 layers or 2 sets of she can make 2 strips with 1 cut. They're 1.5 inches.
How many do I
Okay.
need?
1.5. Okay, so look and see. Lattice. This is called horizontal lattice. Horizontal lattice, and her chart on the left says she only needs 7 1.5 inch strips.
So I'm
7.
going to just do
She's
3
straightening.
times. No, I already straightened it.
Oh.
Sorry, you
so
missed
look, she
it.
didn't pick that up. That's interesting. She
I-
moved it to 3, and then she's going to do 4.5. Oh. I usually pull that strip away, and it takes a lot of time. Oh my gosh, Teresa.
Okay, there is your
You're
7.
showing off. Look,
That's
2,
it.
4,
There's 7 there.
7. That was fast, wasn't it?
Now you
Okay,
want
so that was the lattice strips for the horizontal. Now we need to have 2 more. We need to have the vertical lattice, which is to set the blocks together. These are 8-inch strips. So you're going to cut me 8-inch first.
1 8-inch.
8-inch first, an 8-inch strip. And now we need to have the lattice that goes in between your 2 triangles. and that's 11.5 inches. Okay, this is what she's doing now. The 11.5 inch, and that's for in between the two triangles, okay? So you see all of those charts? Well, now she's going to really show off. She is stacking the 8-inch strip and the 11.5 inch strip. And she's going to layer cut these into 1.5 inch, the opposite direction. 1.5 inch strips. But she likes the shape cut.
I
So
do,
you're kind of
I
like
do.
you can just, I'm moving her mouth for her.
Sure.
Am I doing good?
You are doing
Look,
great.
okay, so first thing,
But
this
can
is
I have more room?
This is a shape cut plus from June Taylor, and she is cutting 1.5. First, she trimmed off the salvage. Now she's doing 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. So see, she doesn't have to move her shape cut plus. And if you can keep on adding 1.5 inches on, is that cool? And she's just cutting them as fast as she can. She can get 24 out of a strip, and you actually just have to cut one extra 1.5 inch strip to get enough for your whole quilt. But you know, if you make it bigger, if you do the quilt bigger, just kind of lay out all your blocks and count. That's all that I do. And so
Oops,
now she's
it's not.
peeling off the 8-inch and making a
Oops.
stack, and now she's got the 11.5 inch, which is in
I
between
didn't cut it.
the
very well.
triangles. And this is really bad. Who sewed this piece?
Not me.
I was standing. I was in a hurry.
I didn't
Okay.
quite cut it right here.
Oh, you didn't quite cut. Is that good? Isn't that fun? You like that?
Yeah.
It's really, and the shape cut plus, you can cut every 1/2 inch. So it's you can do anything, and it just really helps your
The
strips.
rest, I just.
And so the little corners are 3 inches, 3 inches square. And the other one, the border is 3 by 8,
Yeah.
the borders. Got it? Whoa.
Oops.
So now, all she has to do is turn them all right side up for me. I find out, you know, the white on white, it's really hard for me to see the right side from the wrong side. I have to put this really bright light. But she found out if you open this up, it's exactly 1.5 inches wide. Do not waste this fold. It's good for something. Is that amazing?
There you go.
Cool.
Is
You
this
did-
the ones you need first, right?
Yep, you
should
did a
have
good job.
enough. And
You
I'll
did
go
a
to
good
my
job.
side. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So now it's
See?
my turn.
All right.
Okay. So keep on turning your page. Keep on turning your page. Go to page 6. And actually, remember those numbers that I told you in the beginning? 24 and 8 and 7. I sorted those all out and had them in all little separate stacks until I decided that I liked this line so much I wanted to have a romantic looking bedroom. So I'm making all blocks out of my whole layer cake. I should commit myself and say, next month I'm going to have it all done. Yeah, right. Okay, so anyhow, I'm going to layer cut 4, and I'm just going to pick some different ones that I can layer cut together. I'm going to take this one. How's that one? This small scale print, I love it. The little plaid. Paisley, do you guys like paisley? Paisley is good. And all I have actually in this little stack, how about this one? This is tone on tone. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to make the stacks all lined up on the edges, and I'm cutting it with my 12.5-inch ruler, which is over here. Okay, so since it is already all squared up, I'm going right for cutting an 8-inch section. My block is 8 inches, so I decided to just get ready and line up 8 inches along the left side. 8. You're going to square this up again in the end, and so that's why I'm going right to 8 inches. We're going to trim off all these little pieces. It won't be there in the end, okay? 8 inches, and what's left over here?
2.
Do you remember that quilt Patty did that she said she used all these little things? She used those. And so I'm going to use it too for my king size quilt. Okay, so now, Brenda, I'm sliding it down so it's 8 inches. And these are going to be my little border rectangles. Ah, look at that. Okay, and now if you take your ruler and turn it so that the diagonal line is along the left edge, and make sure you get the point right here, and just cut these in half. What do you think? Is that fast? I know. I love doing it with the layer cake. It's just really so much fun. Okay, so now I got it stacked like this. This is going to go right in the middle. This is my 11.5-inch strip. And so this is what Teresa taught me. So, well, you don't have to think on the first triangle, but you have to think on the second triangle. This is going to stay like it is, but how about let's just cut the deck. Ooh, shift some on the bottom, and now we have the next block right beside it. Yeah, does that work? Just cut the deck and move it on. Okay, so now I'm just going to sit down at my sewing machine in my chair. Get my chair. I have my 1/4-inch foot on, and I'm using the sew straight. And this is what you really got to sew, a straight 1/4 inch. Got to sew a straight 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to take the right stack of triangles, the 11.5-inch strip, just put the strip right on the bottom, and you just take this, and it just fits perfect. Okay, no fooling around. The tip goes right on both ends. Okay? Can you see it right here? And it's going to fit up right here. And the reason I like the sew straight is because, okay, I have a little jumper scrap in there so I don't jam when I start. But the reason I like the sew straight is because besides lining it up right here on the presser, under the presser foot, you can just line it up on this line, clear down here. Just following it along there and just keep on. So when you pedal, you just follow it right up that line. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. Just on the edge. Yeah, just on the edge. So that's when that one's done, you just pick up the next one, whoop, boop, 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 and have this right side up, and you just keep on assembly line sewing. I did probably 20 blocks or so yesterday afternoon in maybe an hour and a half or so, and I even squared them up myself. Don't get too excited. I got a new blade, and boy, it was wonderful. It's really great. What's the name of the blade, Teresa? Endurance, yeah, it's called Endurance. And it's a little bit more expensive, but you know what? It lasts longer and it really saves you. Okay, so we're just gonna experiment on that one. So let's just cut it off. Ta-da! Imagine 20! 30, 40 in a row. Okay, now you always want to press your seam basically toward the triangle. So set the seam on the triangle on the top, open, and press into the triangle. Set the seam. And that's why I like to do it that way. Just do it into the seam. Okay, so now let us see. Oops. Cutting gizmo, my cutting gizmo. That's my new favorite tool. Okay, so look at this. Well, what do you think? If we just put it right beside there, is that going to be all right? Or do you like this one better?
I like that one better.
This one's wild, huh? Okay, so now we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to flip it right side, and so that it's underneath and it'll be next to the feed dogs, and then that won't stretch. But I can see the tip at the top and the tip at the bottom, okay? So you just get it all lined up. And as Patty said, she likes to lay it all out and make sure. You could lay the whole thing out if you want and plan it, but Teresa she just goes for it. Sews it and then figures it out, huh? Right? Sometimes you have to. Oh, thank you, Eric. I left it right there. Okay. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh, well, look how scant that seam is. Oh, man. I better sew that again. Whoa. I can see just by looking at it that seam is too scant. Okay, this one.
That's pretty.
This is pretty? Is that too pale?
No.
I like that better. Is that better? Yes. Is that better? Abby's yawning. She says, oh my gosh. No more yawning, Abby. Is your dog keeping you awake?
No, he's taking me out early.
Oh, yeah, she has to walk, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I just babysat Grant's dog. And, all right, let me check. Okay, that's a little bit better. I have a feeling that my sew straight slipped because it's not very wide right now. But don't worry, don't look. I'm just gonna take it. It's even crooked. Wow. Good thing. I'm gonna sew because it's important in the next step. Okay, Teresa. See if it's a little better. I better go have a nap. Okay, so now set it with a triangle on the top. Okay, let's. Could you see it? In double red thread, it was really wild. Okay, I'm going to sew this one too until Teresa gets over here. It's just way, way too skinny. Okay, so now. This is the thing. We have to square these up to 8 inches. And as I said, make sure you sew straight. And Teresa is going to show you her cool trick
Oh,
while I replace this.
okay.
Repress it.
So she wants me to mark her ruler to cut, to square it up to 8, excuse me. But this right here is 1 inch,
This in here.
and she wanted me to sell product. And then, so I do put my ruler upside down because you notice it has right and round side. So
This
that
is a
line-
9.5 inch
That's-
quilt in a day ruler. The best ruler for this.
So as you know, this is 1/4 inch.
Here, down. Show it.
Oh,
Show the glow
sorry.
line to Eric.
This is the excuse me, 1/4 inch.
It's
But I
called
need
glow line tape.
I need a 1/2 inch, so I'm putting my 1/4 inch on top of the diagonal line. And right there. And that's a good thing. Elle is helping me because she needs to hold that in place. And then I'm going to just hold this very nice and straight. And it's good that you give him a little extra push. So you have your right there.
Good, that's
Will
good.
you put it down for me, Elle?
Okay, so I'm just gonna smooth it down there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
It's
move
straighter
a ruler.
than my sewing.
Then you turn it the other side and do it again, 1/4
1/4
inch.
inch against the diagonal line. So the
then-
distance in between edge to edge of glow line tape is 1 inch,
Can you
which
put it
is
down for me,
also this. Okay,
you
so
Thank you. Then I cut it.
okay, and then you can go like this. You can just go ahead and check it and say, whoa,
That's
1
1
inch from edge to edge.
Okay.
Is that good?
Then
Brilliant.
I turn it around, and then on the number 1 I go ahead and trim my extra pieces. And then when I got here, I say, oh, what do I do now? I say, oh, I can turn the ruler upside down and go and square it up at 8 inches, very lightly on top of my ruler, so I don't make a mistake when I'm squaring up this stuff. And then there. And that's it. And her ruler's ready to square it up.
And I
Okay.
think my block is too.
All right.
Okay, so now when you put this on here, the distance is 1 inch. So you just let this sink right in there. Oh, good thing I sewed it again. Look at that. See how now you want to push it so the tip of the ruler goes right at the end, and make sure that it's 8 inches on the opposite end. So we've got it both ends. Ooh! And zip one side and the other. And then you just tip up the ruler and turn the block. And now you line up 8 inches right in here. Line up the glow line tape. 8, 8, all centered right there like that. And just trim the last 2 sides. So there's not really a lot of waste. Isn't that good whenever you don't have hardly anything that you're wasting on the 10-inch square? Okay, so that's the block. Yeah, wow. Okay, you want me to square that one up?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so we'll do one more. Hopefully this is okay. So get all of your blocks. I better put it straight in front of me. Woo! I really think that I started another king size quilt. It's still not done yet. I went to retreat with my cousin. I went to 2 retreats with my cousin.
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember.
sewed on this king size. 2 retreats, and it's still not done yet. I must have talked a lot, huh? Okay, 8 inches right here, right here. I like this. It's the paisley and the little plaid. There, all right. So now we have a whole stack of blocks. Ta-da! That was good, huh? Okay, so we started laying our verticals on the design wall just so we could do it faster because Eric told us how to stand. So you have to go on this side. Okay, so now we're going to put these out in a diamond shape. We're going to work with 4. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah?
That's
Is that
good.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
good.
Okay, and so just turn them. You don't want to put the same color.
Oops.
Yeah, drop it down a little bit because the horizontal lattice is going to go in there. Okay, so make sure you use different colors. Yeah, okay, so turn it around. We need a little bit of check, something different, huh? We're getting a lot of red. Go to the bottom of the pile. There we go, blue. So this is great to use a design wall so you can just literally look at it. So see how you create a diamond? And now it is 4 rows across, so she's just going to keep on going. Yep, look at it and turn it around until you see how you like it. Yay, now you're getting into paisley. It's good if you get all the blocks done in the beginning. So you have a lot to choose
Yes.
from.
That's for sure.
Okay, we got a little plaid in there. And you can move around, and you want to make sure that you don't have the same really deep, heavy color next to each other. Now see, she's got 3 blues in one area. So I would say we've got to change something there. No more blues. No more blues.
Okay.
Take that. So that's a little different. And watch that you don't have the blocks, the same values, all turned in the same direction. You want to move them around on the block. It would be good if we had them all kind of laid out on the table, huh? To see it. So once that is up, and then I am going to do the narrow around the outside edge. So you could take that. Okay, you take these, and let's see. If I could take, and just put these there, and woo, flip through. How about this one? Nope, that won't work. Right? Nope, that won't work. That won't work. And so you just keep on fooling around with it, laying it out, stepping back.
Right.
Okay, all right, good. So now actually she is going to put the block there. Okay, so lattice is going to go across. Long lattice is going to go along through here. And basically you get the whole quilt laid out, and then you flip the vertical row right sides together, and you assembly line sew from top to bottom. This is looking good, Teresa.
That's good.
And where you're stacking, you're laying it out on page 10. Page 10. And do you need some more? Yeah? That looks good. And you sew these rows first. These rows go first, and you always press the seams toward the lattice. Always toward the lattice. Toward the lattice.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you sew all of these rows together, and then comes your long piece of 1.5 inch salvage to salvage strips, and it just fits. You don't have to piece it together. Nice, especially this size. It's lovely, Teresa.
That's beautiful.
I think we should just sew this all together right after class, don't you? And we can keep on getting it. But see, you can easily just add more rows.
Yep.
And then around the outside edge, it gets a 5-inch wide border. And I'm going to give these little guys here.
Yeah.
We need these. Okay, 5-inch squares, or 5-inch. That's actually a 2-inch square because that little piece is 2 inches. Yeah? How's it look? Doesn't it look pretty? I think it would be, it's very romantic. It's very peaceful. And I am going to finish this. Yay!
Good job.
Cool. I like it all laid out there. Yay! Thank you.